Hi.
That's Pat.
That's Mackenzie.
Yay. And this is My Hero Academia.
Some of you may have noticed a little cross-fandom action happening somewhere on screen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you noticed? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
It's not real. It's not real. Don't think it's a real tattoo. It's not a real tattoo.
She's gonna get it, though.
It's not a real tattoo. No, I'm not.
She drew that. She drew that.
I tried.
I was like, oh, look, she got like a tattoo. She's like, stop rubbing it.
Stop it.
But yeah, that's a faith tattoo.
Yeah, well, like, I did a little bit of cosplay on stream today, so I'm a little bit made up as Faith in that, and just wearing a little
From
bit
Buffy
more
the Vampire
leather.
Slayer, for those not in the know.
Yeah!
So if you aren't familiar with the other side of the Fan Theory network, that is Fan Theory, youtube.com/fantheorytv. And Mackenzie helps host We Watch Slayerverse, where she and Kyle, who many of you know, have been watching the entirety of both Buffy and Angel.
And whereas Pat is the noob on this show, I got to be the noob on that one. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You should go over there and check it out. And
Entire series at this point. They are finished with Buffy and are nearing the end of Angel. So you guys have a lot of content.
By the time this comes out, we'll probably be done with both.
That's true. By the time you guys are watching this, you can probably watch the entirety of it.
Yeah.
Along with
But
them.
go check it out. But you guys aren't here for Buffy and Angel.
You're here for My Hero Academia.
You're there for Buffy and Angel. You're here for what?
My Hero Academia.
You're here for what?
My Hero Academia.
You're here for what?
My Hero Academia.
Let's get to it.
Morning. Now that Midoriya is back, we'll go into more detail about what the work studies entail. Go ahead and come in. I'll have people who've experienced it firsthand explain. I suggest you listen carefully as they point out how work studies differ from internships. These three are third years at UA. They rank at the very top of our student body. You may know them as the Big Three.
Look at my guns.
And it's him. The best of the hero course. The Big Three.
Of all the talented students here, they're the ones at the top.
The guy from outside. I can't believe it. I could only see his face then, so I didn't recognize him.
He's also got like
But
a
I
lot
know
of
who
arm
he
scars.
is. He was in the sports festival I watched from home last year. He didn't do very well, but he definitely left a strong impression. If I remember correctly, the other two didn't take any medals home either. And yet, they're UA's Big Three. I wonder how they got that title.
Okay, you guys look like you have no idea what's going on. I guess we are third years who just showed up in your classroom to explain a program that's completely voluntary. I can see how you'd be confused by that. You guys got your provisional licenses as first years, right? Huh. This batch of new students has proven to be pretty darn energetic. So the problem is, you must not have a sense of humor. That's why my joke didn't land.
Don't do it.
Heads up! The rad new plan is all you first years fight me at once!
Let's fight!
You want to fight us? What, like, now?
Well, if you want them to experience our experience, this is a pretty rational way of doing it then. Right, Eraserhead? Rational.
Do whatever you want.
He's like, I hate all of you.
Is he? For real?
Oh yeah, so it's real.
Mirio, you're impossible. It would have been simple enough for us to just tell them. This is what it's like. Here's what we learned from it. Not everyone has your level of drive. Plus, think about it. What if some of them can't recover after fighting you? No one wants to spend the next few years in a hospital
Oh,
bed.
damn.
Now who's gonna start this party?
I've got this.
No, I'm first.
You stole my thunder!
I'll catch up with everything I fell behind on these past 3 days!
You can do it!
Why did your clothes just fall off?
Oopsie, my quirk's kinda tricky.
Bad move. You're open! So that's it. His quirk lets things pass through him. It's an amazing power. What should I do?
Went for the face, huh?
What's this?
Mirio's quirk isn't what you should be jealous of. should be envying his skills. That's what sets him apart. First years. Mirio did a work study with a hero, but didn't stop there. He kept building himself up.
Ouch.
Mirio Togata. In my opinion,
Goddamn.
he's the person who's closest to taking the spot of #1 hero.
Dude's jacked.
That's including the pros.
That's including the pros.
He went under!
I bet he'll probably come up. There!
He wasn't surprised? He predicted this is where I'd be. Pretty smart. Watch this! An ultimate move!
Ooh.
Blinder touch eye!
Ooh. Ooh, that's gotta feel horrific.
I discovered that most people try to launch a counterattack just like you did. So naturally, I'm trained to work around such moves.
Didn't actually poke him in the eye. Just psyched him out.
I tried to make it so you wouldn't see my willy. Sorry if you got a peek. But anyway, that's a taste of what it's like to fight me.
We all just got punched in the stomach without ever knowing what was going on.
Right, so what do you think? Isn't my quirk strong?
Yeah, it's too strong!
That's not fair! Mine's nothing in comparison! How can you slip through things and warp? Do you have 2 powers like Todoroki does?
Nope, just the one.
Just one.
I've got a sweet quirk that's called permeation. What you guys thought of as a warp was, you guessed it, simply an alternative application of that power. Oh, sorry, Hado.
So how exactly do you warp, huh?
I activate my quirk in my entire body. Then I can pass through anything I want, no sweat. Everything. That includes solid ground.
So that was you falling through the floor of the gym?
That's right, I went deep underground. And then, whenever I release my quirk while I'm falling, something super strange happens. Apparently, things with mass can't overlap. That's called physics. So I get repelled upward. Think of it this way. The ground spits me out and I fly up into the air. That's how my warp works. By adjusting the direction I'm facing or the pose I'm holding, I can change the angle I come out at so I can aim at different spots.
That sounds like a buggy video game.
Hey, that's pretty funny.
You're able to avoid any attacks, and you can move where you want in an instant. Oh, you were born with a really strong quirk.
Not true. My power's only strong because I made it that way. While my quirk is activated, my lungs can't take in oxygen. Even if I breathe in, the air will just pass through. In the same way, my eardrums don't work, and light can't go through my retinas. I can pass through everything, but that means I can't feel anything while I'm in that state. Even though I have a body, I can't stop falling. I could probably keep going down forever. Does that make sense? That's why if I want to go through something like, say, a wall, I have to concentrate really hard. I'll activate everything except one leg. Then I release the other leg and land on it. And then the first leg is the last one to go through. Even for a simple action like that, there are a bunch of little steps involved.
Oh man, if I were in a hurry, I would mess that up every single time.
Seriously, if you can't feel anything, how are you supposed to move?
Growing up, I was always behind, as you might expect. In no time, I dropped to dead last. I dropped my pants a lot, too. In order to get to the top with this quirk, I couldn't just hope that things would get better. I had to think. I learned to make combat decisions and picked up a few new tricks. But above all, I learned to predict what would happen next. And what made those predictions possible in the first place was experience. I based my predictions on what I'd learned. This was kind of a roundabout way to get the point across, but that's why I wanted to fight, to show you through experience rather than words. In our work studies, we're not treated as guests like in our internships. We're regarded as one of the sidekicks, or even as a pro. That can be super scary. Pros can get hurt, and sometimes they end up watching people die. But every scary and painful thing you go through is an important experience that you can't get inside a classroom, even at UA. I transformed the experience I got in my work study into power. That's how I got to the top spot. And it's why I think they're worth it, even if you're scared. You with me, first years?
Turn experience into power.
He even gives pep talks like a pro.
I can't believe he went through all of this for us, even though he could have just explained it.
Let's get back to class now. Say thank you.
Thank you very much.
You've learned about what a work study is from the Big Three, but it hasn't been decided yet whether or not you'll be allowed to do one. That won't be talked about until the faculty meeting. And if we're going to approve this, we'll have to think of how we'll handle the media. And that's all I can tell you for now.
I need to take some
Big
initiative.
ass poster.
Can't just sit and wait.
Yes? What can I help you with?
Hey.
Huh? Work study? Wait, who is this again?
I was wondering, will you be taking anyone for the program, Gran Torino?
Oh, finally remembered who I am, huh, big shot?
Sorry, kid. I'm working on something else right now, so I can't help you out.
Oh, wait, I know who you are. You're that useless successor who failed at the sports festival.
You have All Might's power, but even using his strength, even after making it your own, somehow you still manage to lose to me.
It's because I've been so useless that I want to make sure I'm doing whatever I can to get closer to being #1.
Way to make something obvious sound cool there, sport. But why don't you go ask your master about it instead of calling me? He is supposed to be devoting himself to teaching now that he's retired, right?
But Mr. Aizawa said we should use the connections we got from our internships.
You can, sure, but that doesn't mean you have to go that route.
Don't you think that All Might can introduce you to a bunch of new people? The first one that comes to mind is his former sidekick.
Sir, I have news. You're low-key today, aren't you?
Let's hear the report, and to make it quick.
Yes, sir. One of the persons we're investigating is on the move. Overhaul, the head of the Shie Hasaikai.
This is your base? Looks pretty unsanitary.
Huh? Like we'd show you where our main base is. This one's just a meeting place.
Ridiculous. The air's practically made of dust here. It's gonna make me sick.
Join the club. The guys inside have been sick for a while.
And what do you think he's doing?
It appears he's made contact with the League of Villains.
Hey guys, I'm back, and I brought that dude. He said he wanted to talk to you, so here we are. He's quiet but pretty cool. He seems like a real creep.
Well now, you brought us a pretty big catch, huh, Twice?
Just like we were one step closer to becoming real heroes, so too were the villains moving even deeper into the darkness. The entrusted successor, and the successor released into the wild. Soon, they would meet.
Aww.
To be continued.
4th season.
To be continued!
Most immediate thought was, we still don't get to know what the other 2 of the top 3's powers are.
No.
I was so curious.
No, not till next season.
But dang, Mirio is rather powerful.
Right?
That's nuts. Very.
But nobody gets to be OP. Everybody gets a drawback.
It's true. It's one of the things I do love about the show, that they don't just blanket. Yep, he's invincible, and that's great.
I have good things about his drawback is like, yeah, he has to go through all the steps. He is the person I have told you about Mirio and you just don't remember. Whenever I introduce people to this series, that a specific walking through walls scenario, I always tell them, it's like, this is a show that has so many rules that there are also drawbacks to powers. And so I always explain the walking through wall thing. I don't tell them who it is, I don't tell them why or anything like that, but I have been explain that to you, but you don't remember. At least I don't think you remember. Do you remember?
I don't.
No.
I think she's making this up.
Well, it's how I tried to sell the show to you. Anyway. But also, he can't breathe or see or anything like
that's
that?
crazy.
How does
now,
he talk? That's my question.
I wasn't sure, and maybe you can clarify for me, if that was strictly in his while I'm doing the power state, or all the time? Like, is he blind and deaf and?
It's while he's doing his power.
Okay. I was curious if he was like, through my quirk, I am able to learn what's happening around me, but I wasn't sure if like, oh, that's explaining why his eyes are the way they are.
Then now he would not be able to see or hear or breathe. So I imagine that's only when he's using his quirk. But at the same time, I don't understand how he talks whenever he is permeated. Because you remember he was like, "Hi, you're a problem child." Blah, 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 blah. It's like,
true. Well, I mean, in his, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because he's like out of the magic wave.
Magic. He's learning how to suck in air and. I don't know. His lungs just pop. That would be real weird. Let's not.
That was crazy trippy. The like psyching them out with like, I'm gonna grab your eyeballs. And it's like, and then like
instead. It's natural. If you saw it coming this close, like it goes through you. So yeah.
Yeah, like even if you were smart enough to know, like, no, he will face through me. This isn't like that's just like something is about to hit my face.
Yeah.
What else did we see this episode? We covered the villains. We covered the big three. I'm excited because this means future stuff for us to work on. We have a movie that we need to watch. I will be playing a video game.
Yeah, you get to play video games over in your Twitch now because it's officially revealed.
I have been told by multiple sources to play My Hero One's Justice 1, you have to have gotten to the end of season 3. And one of the bigger spoilers of that if they're like, generally you'll know most of the story, except they had an early reveal of Toga's ability, which would have been a phenomenal ruining spoiler. Like, that was such a highlight for me in this season, or shocker rather. So that would have sucked to have had that ruined by the game. But apparently I can play that now, so I'm going to be doing that. And then a little behind the scenes of when we're recording stuff. And I know we shouldn't normally say this, but I just learned today that America will be getting the 3rd movie in theaters. So I don't know if any of you at the time of this viewing have the ability to do that or not, but for those of you following the movies, I hope you can enjoy that in theaters.
Yeah. But if you want to go check out Pat on Twitch, you can see him at twitch.com/actorpat. ACTORPAT.
Yes. Actor and then likewise, you can follow her on Twitch at twitch.tv, not com, twitch.tv. Links in the doobly-doo. /Sharvana. CHARVANA. Sharvana. And she's at this moment.
Whatever. You should just go watch him play some My Hero Academia One's Justice, and we might be playing together.
She's also doing fan theory related things.
Yeah. Which you can probably catch on Patreon too for free. So yeah, that's about all I got for the season.
I am super excited to finally see this movie. I hope we can watch that. And then
let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I'm very excited for season 4. Yeah. Was this the first one that actually had that tagline at the end?
What?
Like, to be continued, 4th season?
No.
Did they all do that?
No, at least for the 3rd. I don't remember. That's not the most important part of the seasons. I don't know. Just at least one other one. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go so that we can go watch this movie. And you go check out patreon.com/fantheorytv. And thank you so much for fanning out with us.
Fans out.
Plus Ultra.
Power!